Hello everyone and welcome to my show, Christina Explores. Follow me around the Houston area as I learn people's inspiring stories, all while experiencing the eats, entertainment, and everything in between. Today, we will chat with Ramona J. Smith, the 2018 World Champion of Public Speaking. Let's go. Studies show that almost 75% of the population suffers from glossophobia, aka the fear of public speaking. Well, that is not the case for Ramona J. Smith, 2018 World Champion of Public Speaking. After winning her title, Ramona J. Smith now travels spreading her messages of hope, inspiration, and empowerment on stages across the globe, including Brazil, Saudi Arabia, and many other places. She is also known as the LadyBug Speaker, owns her own business where she hosts public speaking workshops and offers one-on-one coaching sessions. I had time for a quick chat with Ramona. Here's how it went. Ramona,
hi.
How's it going today?
Great, can't complain.
I'm glad that you're doing well. You look beautiful in red.
Thank you.
Like this video if you think Ramona looks amazing in red. You know you want to. Give us a thumbs up. So thank you so much for meeting me today. Really appreciate you being here, and I'm excited to dive into learning more about you. But first, as always, I do want to ask you a fun question. So my question for you is, what is the best gift someone has ever given you?
I received a lot of gifts through my travel, and the most thoughtful gift that I received was, you know, those necklaces with your name?
Yeah.
They gave me a gold necklace with my name and then one for my son too.
Aww.
So I was able to take that back and give it to him, and we can match, you know, matchy mom. So I like that, so we can match, and it's like real gold from Saudi Arabia, so it was very thoughtful.
Isn't that the sweetest thing ever? That's adorable. And what's your son's name?
Ryan.
Ryan. I've seen pictures of you and your son, and y'all are just the cutest.
Thank you.
I think that's awesome that you guys have matching necklaces, and that's really neat that you've gotten that from your travels. And I know that one of the things that has taken you on your travels has been your title of 2018 World Champion of Public Speaking. So I would like to dive into that and hear your journey to achieving that title.
Alrighty. Well, it started when I first joined Toastmasters in 2010. I was living in LA, but the club I was a member of we met in Hawthorne, California. And I really didn't even know about the World Championship of Public Speaking at that point.
Right.
But I've always wanted to be a great speaker, and my sister suggested that I join this organization. I joined the organization in 2010, and then I moved back to my hometown of Cleveland, Ohio, and I joined another club there in 2014, I want to say I joined. And that's when I started competing.
Really?
Yes, because it was like, I've been with this organization for a while. Now I'm familiar with what the contest actually is. I know I'm a wonderful speaker. Why not sharpen my skills by competing?
Absolutely.
And I was so arrogant.
You're like, I got this.
Yes, I just knew that year, 2015, I was going to be the world champion, hands down, no questions asked. I'm the best speaker in the world. I know I am. And unfortunately, that arrogance led to my downfall in 2015 when I competed. There are levels.
Okay, I was going to ask you about that.
The first level is the club level, where you compete against whoever in your club wants to compete. And then from there, you go to the area level, and then the division level, and then the district level, and then after the district level, you go to the semifinals.
Right.
It's changed a little bit since last year, but that's how it was the two times that I competed.
Yeah.
So that year I didn't make it past the district level. But I think it was really because of that arrogance and that ego.
Okay.
I wasn't competing for the right reasons. I was competing just to win, just to say I was the best, and that's not how you do it if you want to make a huge impact. 3 years later, moved to Houston. And I love the organization as a whole. I love Toastmasters International. And so in 2018, I joined another club, the club that I'm a part of now, called the Cypher Super Speakers.
Okay.
And I decided that I'll compete again. Why not?
Yeah.
This time, not even thinking about anything, whatever. I'm just going to do it because I want to learn, grow, and have some fun.
Right.
And then I kind of just let it all go, and I started competing, and It was like win. And then I was still a little bit apprehensive because I had lost at the district level in 2015. So at the district level, I was a little bit nervous, but then I said, you know what? It's not even about that. I'm here to learn, grow, have some fun. I did it and I won.
Yay! That's so awesome. So where was that competition held?
That was in Stafford.
Okay.
And then the semifinals was gonna, and the finals was gonna be held in Chicago.
Yeah.
And so I did the semifinals. I won at the semifinals, and I wasn't expecting that. I was the only woman competitor in my group. And it was a lot of intimidating men in suits. And this one guy probably had to be about close to 60 or 70 years old. He saw me and I was all nervous. Yeah. And he was like, you know, I'm gonna beat the pants off you, right?
And you were like, challenge accepted.
I was like, lucky for me, I'm wearing a skirt, so let's go.
Did you actually say that?
In my head, I did. I respect my elders, so I wasn't going to say anything. That was kind of rude what he did. He tried to get in my head, but it's okay. He didn't even place.
That's really exciting. Now that you've won that title, what opportunities have opened up for you?
Oh my goodness. I actually started my speaking business, the LadyBug Speaker LLC, in 2011.
Okay.
But any entrepreneur knows that when you're first starting out, unless you have a huge person backing you or a huge name backing you that people are already familiar with, it's difficult to work your way to the top, especially in an organization where I have to sell myself.
Right.
So it's like if I want to go talk to an organization, they're going to be like, okay, who have you spoken in front of before? What are your credentials? Why should we have you come? It's a risk. Because I can come in there and say anything to the people, and it's a reflection of the company. So I had to work hard and try to build my name and try, and I wasn't getting very far. But now that I have this title of world champion with this reputable organization, it's like, come speak here, come on. So it's opened lots of doors for me through Toastmasters and through getting that brand recognition.
I was listening to some of your talks, the one that you gave where you won, where you were talking about I'm still standing, and then also about being vulnerable. And it got me wondering, what is your favorite topic to speak about?
I love like empowerment and inspiration. So anytime I can tell a person how amazing they are and give them a reminder of the greatness that is within them, that really lights my fire.
Yeah, that is just fantastic. Especially because I feel like so many times there are so many things competing for your attention, and sometimes you can lose sight of, I guess, who you are and just realizing the power that you have inside of you. So being able to have someone remind you of that, I feel like it allows you to kind of get back on track and kind of, I guess, align with what you're supposed to be going after. What is on the horizon for you right now?
Oh my goodness, I have like 3 books that I'm trying to finish. And yes. I published a book in 2012, but it was before I got my degrees and before I got this experience as the world champion. But I'm trying to finish a book about my experience when I studied abroad in Ghana for 3 weeks. So just the experience of an African American in Africa and an African American in America, and just talking about my experience and how going to Africa changed my viewpoint of who I am. And then I have an ebook that I want to finish that should have been done months ago, but it's like my top 10 public speaking tips. So that'll be an ebook. And then I want to take the still standing speech and transform it into a book, like flesh out all those rounds to give people more insight, because the speech was 7.5 minutes. You cannot go over 7.5 minutes. And so I can't give you my whole life story in 7.5 minutes.
Exactly.
And I want to just kind of do a book based on the speech.
Right. And I know the 3 things that you talked about were college, your marriage, and then also competing, right? Yeah, so it would be neat to really expand on that and get the real nitty-gritty details on those. I'm really excited to see what you have to share with us later today. So what will you be showing us today?
Just impromptu speaking. Sometimes you won't be able to prepare. If you're, for instance, at a friend's dinner, you guys just graduated college or graduated high school or something like that, and they're like, hey, you're Tommy's best friend, why don't you say a couple of words? And you'll have to get up there and try to say something. So we'll practice how to speak on your feet and how to just kind of grab those ideas, and we'll play around with that.
All right, awesome. Sounds like a plan. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, let's do this.
All right, well, I'm going to give you a word.
Okay.
And see if you can speak about it for maybe at least 30 seconds.
Okay.
And try not to use a lot of ums and uhs.
Okay.
Just try to get through it.
Okay.
Ready?
Yes.
Tree.
Trees are beautiful. They have been on this earth since the beginning of time, and the trees range from many different sizes, many different shapes, many different species. And you know what's really cool? Squirrels love to climb up these trees. Birds love to build nests in these trees. Apples love to grow on these trees. And you know what's cool about those apples? You can make apple pie. And once you make that apple pie, you can have a lovely picnic under the shade of that wonderful tree. I always ask myself, what would life be without a tree?
Nice.
How was that? I don't know
Very
if that was
nice. But you just kept coming. You kept it coming. You didn't stop. You didn't pause. You didn't say, oh man, I quit. You kind of just roll with it. So usually with impromptu speaking, you can ask the question again. Or like you said, you focused on something like a story or something. Like what I remember about apples, or like a self-reflection. So anytime you have to do some impromptu speaking, you can always repeat the question. We talked about the example where your best friend's graduating. Tommy's your best friend, and they like, oh, come on, Christina, say something, say something. You're like, what can I say about Tommy? You asked me to talk about Tommy, and I'm gonna tell you a time where I knew he was gonna be my best friend for life. Just keep rolling with it. Think of a story. Use the things in the audience. Like you talked about, I don't see any squirrels, but you talked about things affiliated with trees, squirrels, fruit, apples. Think about, oh, there's Tommy's mom. I remember the first time I met her, she makes the best spaghetti in the world. Or Tommy's brother, I remember that time you fell off the bike and I helped you up. If you can't think of anything, just use what you have, but keep it going, And try not to use those filler words. We hate those filler words. You know, so, and, but,
Absolutely. And what is a tip that you have for people who kind of resort to non-words? I know one of mine is, you know, and I use a lot. So how did you learn how to not use those non-words?
Becoming aware of it first. I had to become like aware of which word I like to use, and also stopping and pausing. If you feel like you're gonna say or you can feel it before it comes out. Try to pause and think about what you want to say, and try to use a different word outside of that.
Right. And also, I feel like pauses could be really powerful.
Absolutely.
Because sometimes you're thinking in your mind that this pause is lasting forever, but sometimes it's allowing your audience, I think, to kind of catch up to what you were saying, or really, it drills the point in.
It does.
Also, even if you didn't intentionally mean to do that.
Well, I think you did it when you said something like, I remember. What did you say about you remember? I remember a time about a tree, or a time, and then you pause.
True.
And it's like, oh wow, what do you remember? Come on, tell us.
Like,
I remember too. Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, well, that was a really neat game. You're working on an ebook. And what is your #1 piece of advice for people who are wanting to public speak?
Preparation. Prepare. Rehearse. Practice. I know there's a saying in the athletic world, you practice how you play, or you play how you practice, something like that. So just go over it once or twice. Just say it out loud, make an outline, do some preparation before you get up there in front of this crowd and present or give a speech. It'll help it be seamless. It'll help you eliminate some of those crutch words. It will help everything flow more smoothly. So please practice or rehearse before you get on that stage.
All right, well, thank you so much for your #1 tip, Ramona, and thank you for challenging me with that game. I really had to think about not saying or like or so or you know, so I'll definitely be working on that so that I could sharpen my skills.
Improving my public speaking skills is something that interests me, so having the chance to be coached by the champ was an amazing experience. Ramona loves reminding people of the greatness and power that lies within. There is greatness within each and every one of us. We just need to remember to tap into our potential. And the thing about potential is, you need to take action. So I encourage you to make a plan and put that into motion. If you are wanting to increase your public speaking skills, or if you want to be inspired by Ramona's talks, visit her website and Instagram. I have linked all of her information in the description below, so you know where to find her in person at her next workshop. You've made it to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that little bell icon below so you know the next time I post a new video. Also, be sure to spread the love and share this video with a friend. If you have any suggestions for where I should visit next in the Houston area, leave a comment below. Until next time, peace and blessings. Mwah! Bye.